This really works. I've been on these supplements for over a year now and never had a problem. There is no reason in the world to wake up and be afraid to look in the mirror. You trust Larry. Just try it. Call 888-467-4200. 888-467-4200.
Take the last train to Clarksville and I'll meet you at the station. You can be here by 4:30 cause I've made your reservation. Don't be slow. No, no, no. No, no, no. Cause I'm leaving in the morning and I must see you again. We'll have one more night together till the morning brings my train and I must go. No, no, no. No, no, no. And I don't know if I'm ever coming home.
If that song does not stick in your brain like it has in mine for the last, 30 years, Tomas, I've probably had that song stuck in my mind my whole entire life. Such a catchy song. I used to love watching the Monkees on TV. And guys, Larry and Nancy on the line right now. We do have Bobby Hart himself from the legendary songwriting duo of Boyce and Hart. Hey, Bobby, welcome to the show.
Hey, Larry, hey, Nancy, how are you?
I'm
Great.
terrific. I'm in the best mood after hearing Last Train to Clarksville. I love that song.
It still holds up pretty well, doesn't it?
It does. Hey,
Excellent.
did you write the theme to Hey Hey We're the Monkees?
We did, yes. Tommy Boyce and myself.
I love that. I can still see them on the beach going through the sand,
I know.
leg over leg.
We went to see, my wife and I, Marianne, we went to see this new Disney movie called Monkey Kingdom, and they start out with the monkey theme. It's really cute.
Oh, that's so funny. Wow. Well, Bobby, this new book of yours called Psychedelic Bubblegum, that's a great title.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So how long did it take you to write this? I know it's a very long task in doing one of these.
Well, in my case it was. It seems like my whole life, really, but I think I started jotting down things, decades ago, and actually wrote a version of the book. Myself wasn't happy with it. Finally talked my friend into helping me do it together, and it was such a nice process. But when he and I started, I think it was 6 years. 6 years process.
Yeah, I don't think people realize that, when they read the book, they go, oh, isn't this fun to write a book? It's mind-boggling. It really is. I know what Larry went through writing his Aloha Magnum.
Yeah, it's labor of love.
Oh, yeah.
And so your first success was recorded by the Chubby Checker.
Well, I tried writing songs for about 6 years before that happened. I wanted to be a recording artist, and the first guy that signed me to be an artist said, well, if you come back with some songs, some original songs, maybe I'll consider you, and I did. And I had bomb after bomb out for 6 years. And then I finally got the chance to join Tommy Boyce in New York, and that was like a breath of fresh air for me because it was just the energy in the air and being, 10 Pan Alley and the Brill Building and all of that in the right place with all of those wonderful other writers. It was just a stimulation that really worked out for us, and we wrote two hits that year, and that was 64, I believe. We followed Chubby Checker with the Jay and the Americans, Come a Little Bit Closer.
And what about Little Anthony and the Imperials, Hurt So Bad?
Yeah, well, while I was writing with Tommy there, then I got a job singing background with a guy named Teddy Randazzo who played Vegas.
Wow.
Do you remember Teddy?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and so it was Teddy Randazzo and the Dazzlers, and I was a Dazzler. So we got to do rhythm steps and sing background and oohs and ahs. And Teddy was producing Little Anthony at that time. They'd just come off a big hit with Going Out of My Head. So one night he called a group meeting. He said, I got to fly to New York because we don't have a follow-up for the next Anthony record. And he said, come on, guys, just go in one of these empty ballrooms here and write a hit for Anthony. So turns out it was just Teddy and me and another one of the Dazzlers, Bobby Weinstein. And it was written in our 1 hour break between sets at the Thunderbird Lounge.
Isn't that something? Wow. Now, when you were writing for the Monkees, and I was an actress, and I did a couple of those shows. Boy, did we have a ball.
Oh, you did?
But, oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I knew all the guys.
No kidding.
Yeah, and I'm so sorry that we lost Davy Jones. I really love Davy.
That was a big loss, especially at his young age. Still going strong, doing great.
Yeah, just so sad. Absolutely so sad. But Mike and Peter and Mickey, they were just great guys. I used to go riding on their motorcycles with them.
Wow. I'll remind him. I'm going to see Mickey in a week or so. I'll remind him.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. But going back to your writing, that had to be so tough writing for that show. I mean, you guys were writing what, 2-3 songs a show?
Well, we were after we had those hits in New York, we came back to Los Angeles, Tommy and I, and we got signed to Screen Gems Columbia Music, and we didn't realize at that time what I realize now, what a break it was to be working for a music publishing company that owned a TV studio and a movie lot, Columbia Pictures. So they would send us out on these interviews, and we convinced Bert Schneider, who was one of the producers of the Monkey Show. They were getting ready to do it, and he explained we want to do American Beatles on television, and this is what we need for the pilot. So we thought, wow, this is great. Have your songs plugged on TV every week. Wonderful. So we convinced them, and they told us what we needed. We went off and wrote the theme song and 2 other songs for the pilot show. And then we were told we would be producing the records as well. But once the show was sold, and the network was on board, and the record company and the sponsors, then Don Kirshner flew out from New York, and he was actually running the music division. He said, "Well, you guys have written hits, but you've never produced any, and so we got to go with some big guns on this, and you're off the project." Well, we'd been working on it for a year, and we were pretty devastated.
Oh, my God.
We felt like we had a great concept for what their musical sound should be, and we'd already been spending a lot of time on it. So he did try 3 of the biggest record-producing teams in the business, and he didn't like the product that came back in any of it. And so we're like a couple of months away from the show going on the air, and we convinced him, hey, give us our shot. We know what to do here. And so he did, and Clarksville was on the charts even before the television show hit the air.
Wow. Well, I know Davey didn't play an instrument. I think he just sang, right?
He played the tambourine.
Yeah. But I think Mickey Michael
Nesmith played.
Michael Nesmith played a lot of instruments, didn't he?
Nesmith played guitar very well, and he was a good musician and a songwriter. He'd already had a hit by the Stone Ponies, which Linda Ronstadt, she sang with that group before. She was a solo.
Yeah.
He'd written a hit record for her. And Peter Tork played many instruments. He played banjo and keyboards and bass.
Yeah, he was amazing. He did play quite a few instruments.
Yeah.
And then became a teacher.
That's right, yeah.
Can you please do us a favor, Bobby? And
sure.
Hang in there for a minute. We got to go to a commercial break, but we'd
Absolutely.
love to talk to you some more.
I want to ask about Tommy Sands.
Okay, good.
Well, you can, Mr. Manetti.
Okay.
Hang in there.
We'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm Larry Manetti from Magnum PI. Remember me? I played Rick. And over the years, I've been asked so many times to republish my book, Aloha Magnum, which is a 5-star hit. Well, folks, I did it. If you want to see the behind-the-scenes episodes and all the naughty things that went on Magnum PI, you go to the internet and punch up LarryManetti.com, and Aloha Magnum is there at your reach. I thank you for your loyalty. Take care, folks.
Homeowners, there's never been a more affordable time to help protect your home and loved ones. You can now get a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, with the installation of a new ADT monitored system. Call Protect Your Home today at 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. Call now. 36-month monitoring contract required. General terms and conditions apply. Visit protectyourhome.com/terms.
CRN travelers, relax at the beautiful Fountain Grove Inn and Conference Center in Santa Rosa, California. Come to quality and come to luxury. Experience the newly renovated guest rooms. They're generously sized and they're decorated in the Tuscan tradition. They have great, incredible pillow-top mattresses, luxurious linens, and down-filled comforters. The Fountain Grove Inn also offers complimentary Wi-Fi and internet access. There's warm cookies and coffee every evening in the hotel lobby, and you can visit the newly remodeled Equus Restaurant and Equus Lounge with its new wine bar. It's the ideal place to relax and enjoy a glass of wine and watch our What's Cooking on Wine show on CRN with host Larry Van Alst on Wednesdays. It's the Fountain Grove Inn, Hotel, and Conference Center located in the heart of Sonoma wine country. It's easily located in Santa Rosa off the 101 Fountain Grove Parkway exit. Call 707-578-6101. That's 707-578-6101 or visit fountaingroveinns.com.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Mark in society. You're using all the tricks that you used on me. You're reading all them high-fashion magazines. The clothes you're wearing, girl, are causing public scenes. I said, I'm not just stepping stones.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti and Bobby Hart, man. Did you ever imagine that this song would be kind of like a punk rock anthem for generations to come?
Isn't that strange? No, we weren't thinking of that. We actually wrote this song for Paul Revere and the Raiders. They actually cut it, but they didn't release it as a single. And then when the Monkees project came along, we did it with them. But the Sex Pistols, I guess, turned it all around. And when I was researching the book, I saw that there were some 22, 24 other pop groups that covered this record.
It's an anthem. It's unbelievable, man. It's great. Yeah. Well, welcome back, everybody. This is the PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. The voice of the man you just heard is Bobby Hart, one half of the dynamic songwriting team of Boyce and Hart, here on the PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti, talking all about his new book, Psychedelic Bubblegum. And Larry and Nancy, I mean, this is talking about stuff, music that has permeated generations. I mean, this is something that now transcends time. This is amazing stuff.
I grew up with this stuff. I was just out of high school when I met the Monkees, and then all the music that you wrote. I mean, I remember dancing to all of it at our teen dances every other Friday night.
Oh, that's nice.
No, it just made people so happy, Bobby.
So I want to know where you went with with these guys when you were on the motorcycle.
Yeah,
we
want to hear this, Nancy.
Yeah, this is important lingo.
Yeah.
Well, I remember once they scared the hell out of me. I think I was on the back of Michael Nesmith's bike, And I think we went about 100 miles an hour on the 101. Wow. Yeah, it was a little scary, but fun. You know, in those days, you think you're invincible.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, Bobby, you go back, or you go way back with Tommy Sands, right?
You know, I don't think I ever met Tommy Sands, but I did. He did record. Actually, my very first chart record was a Tommy Sands record, and it was a song called "Dr. Heartache" that I had written by myself in about 1960 or so, maybe even earlier, 59. And what I remember about the song is that Tommy Boy stopped by the apartment with my where I was living at the time, and he wanted to know. He was just hanging out, and he said, "You write anything lately?" And I pulled my guitar out, and I played him "Dr. Heartache." And his ears kind of picked up, and Tommy had already had a top 10 hit with Fats Domino at that time, and called "Be My Guest." And I think for the first time he thought, well, maybe this is somebody I'd be interested in writing with, you know.
Yeah, wow. Well, at that time, was he married to Nancy Sinatra?
I suppose I'd have to look it up. That seems right, that he probably would have been.
Okay. Well, I was a big fan of his when I was a kid.
Yeah, remember that he did a TV special called his first hit came out of that, his biggest hit, Teenage Crush. Is that what I think that's what the TV special was called. It was like a biopic, kind of based on Elvis.
Yeah, I think he lives in Hawaii now.
Yeah, he moved to Hawaii. I think after he split up with Nancy.
Yeah. Wow.
So you've gone through a lot of changes in your life. You've traveled quite a bit.
Yeah.
And at a point you got into meditation. Are you still doing that?
Still doing it morning and night. It's better than ever, and I credit that and my spiritual journey in general with keeping me sane and still here on the planet when some of my friends that went through it with me are not around anymore. So it's been a wonderful blessing in my life.
Yeah, people think it's such an easy business, and you sit down and you write a couple of songs, and they don't really know the work ethic that you have to have and the trials and tribulations. It's
so true, because it just makes a better story. The overnight success, and people don't even want to hear about what you went through to get there, because it's not that interesting. But when you get there, then everybody wants to hear about it.
Exactly. Well, the name of the book is Psychedelic Bubblegum by Bobby Hart. And Bobby, we thank you so much for being with us.
It's been my pleasure, and I wish the best to you and Larry, and thanks for having me on.
Bobby, where can you get the book? Tell our listeners.
You can order. The book will be out in bookstores on the 12th, which is only a week away, and you can order online at Amazon.com. In fact, if you order online and then you go to BobbyHart.com, you'll get a free download of an unreleased Bobby Hart song.
Hey, you heard it here first. We'll be back right after this.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at RuthsChris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
Many people who don't ask for money for their company or for a donation to a charity wait for some magical sign that says, now's the time. But expert Laura Fredericks believes to create that moment, you set it up.
because hitting people out of the blue about something they're absolutely clueless about, they're going to need some education about it. Say if you want someone to invest in a new business you have, are they involved in it? Do they know you well enough? Do they know, trust, and love you? Because most people will give to people because of that trust and that bond.
Then check out if now is a good time with this question.
If and when you wanted to make a major investment with us, kind of what would that look like? If the person says, I have no idea because I don't even know what investments you have, you have to go back. They need a little more education. They need a little more trust in you. And then lastly, if you're asking for money, obviously you have to ask for the right amount. You can't ask someone for $1 million if most of they've ever invested is $1,000.
Laura Frederick's book is The Ask. That's Primetime Focus, brought to you by AARP. I'm Aileen Ellis.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
Your entertainment destination, the Showroom at South Point, presents the #1 unofficial tribute show for Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, the Big Bopper. Hello, baby! It's the Winter Dance Party.
I love it.
May 8th through the 10th. Tickets available now at the box office. Online at SouthPointCasino.com or charged by phone. 702-797-8055. The Winter Dance Party at the South Point.
Oh, baby, that's the one I like. I love it.
Welcome to Staples. How can I help you?
Hey, Staples guy. I need to promote my new business and do it on budget.
I can make that happen.
Can you print business cards?
Staples can print business cards, brochures, banners.
Pens?
Pens, magnets, luggage tags.
Calendars.
Calendars, sticky notes, lawn signs, and window decals.
What about foam fingers?
What color? Red, yellow, blue.
You had me at yellow.
Make on budget happen, make getting noticed happen. Staples. Make more happen. Now at Staples, get 40% off large banners, posters, and lawn signs.
Offer valid on all large banners, posters, and lawn signs in store and online and 6/27/15. Discount applied before taxes. May not be combined with any other offer. See store or staples.com/signs for details.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. And guys, if you missed any portion of our interview with Bobby Hart, be sure to go to the website, crntalk.com. Click on the left-hand side where it says the PM Show with the Manettis, and you could download archives of all your favorite shows, including this one. Or you could also go to tikilive.com and just do a search for CRN, and right there you could download the video archive of the show as well, right there from the comfort of your desktop, tikilive.com or crntalk.com. Welcome back, Larry and Nancy Manetti.
Hello, Eric.
Hello.
What's new with you, kiddo?
Oh, well, I got to tell you, this has been quite an exciting week. Of course, yesterday was May the 4th, so May the 4th be with us. And also today is Cinco de Mayo, so Cinco de Drinko today. Everyone's planning on partying tonight. So
yeah, everybody be careful out there.
A lot of tequila.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
absolutely. Boy. A lot of margaritas, tequila, rum and Coke, whatever.
I don't think tonight's a good night to go to a Mexican restaurant.
You know, it's going to be packed wherever you go. Yeah, absolutely.
Jammed, yeah. In fact, I have kind of a quasi-Mexican recipe for you.
Oh, okay.
For later. Do we have anybody that wants to talk to us?
We do have our good buddy Gary, and we also have Kevin from North Carolina. You want to talk to Kevin?
Sure.
Yeah. Hey, Kevin, welcome to your show, buddy.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Hey, Kevin.
I've got a question for Larry. I read your book, and back when you were a kid, I think you said you did a small part as a boxer or something, or on a boxing show.
The first thing that I did. I was 12, and my mother brought me to the Midwest Athletic Gym where they were rehearsing for a movie with Humphrey Bogart called The Harder They Fall. And she brought me in, and I got the part, and you could see me for about a fraction of a second, frailing with 16-ounce boxing gloves that weighed more than me. Yeah.
That's cool. I'll check that out. And on Magnum, did you guys was that live recording of your voice, or did you have to go back to the studio?
No, everything you see is live, yeah.
They didn't do very much as far as pickups in the studio for that whole series.
Cool. Were you able to read the letter I emailed you, Larry?
Yeah, I did a while ago.
All right.
And I thank you.
Yeah, I'm working on another one.
What did you think about the book?
Oh, it's a great book. I mean, if you're a Baba Magnum fan, I mean, you got to read that one. I mean, there's a lot of laughs in there, and a couple of things you did, Larry, in there. I'm just glad you made it through.
Yeah, that's.
You know what? I am too.
Oh man,
my sister said, Larry, I hope you leave life insurance for your family. Yeah. Anyway, thank you, my friend, for calling us.
All right. Well, Frog, Larry and I have been on the floor more time than Johnson's wax.
That's
it, baby.
All right.
That's it.
Thanks, Kevin.
Take care.
Be well.
There goes Kevin, our good friend and regular caller to, of course, this show and, of course, the PM show with Mr. Robert Conrad, Kevin Mutombo. Also, Gary from Michigan. Let's get to Gary here. Gary, welcome to your show.
Hi, Eric. Hi, Larry. Hi, Nancy. This is me. What's up?
Hi, me.
Hi. How are you, Gary?
Oh, I'm just doing fine. I just heard a great show with Bobby Hart. He was very spectacular. I have a question for you. Were you friends with the late Davy Jones, who was also friends with Bobby Hart from the Monkees?
No, but Nancy was.
Yeah, I was, and I had absolutely adored Davy. Just adored him. He was so bright and so talented. You know, he was on Broadway quite a bit, and he started as a kid. He was a song and dance guy, and very, very talented, and just the sweetest man. In later years, way after the show, I used to play tennis with him, and I miss him a lot.
Yep, but he was gone. That was why he was gone too soon, and bad cholesterol caught up with him.
Excuse me, I didn't hear that.
Well, we missed him. Bad cholesterol caught up with him, and he passed away because he had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. I think that was the second heart attack that he had that took him from us.
I didn't know that. So Davey was a private person, but was a very nice guy.
Very, very nice. Very, very sweet. And he left this town, and I think he moved to Kentucky at a horse ranch there. He was a big lover of animals.
Right.
Yeah.
I see.
But thanks for asking.
Thanks, Gary.
Enjoy the monkeys.
All right. Hey,
Gary.
There he goes. There goes our good buddy Gary. And, of course, guys, your calls, 818-353-1276, 818-353-1276 is the call-in line. And I want to remind our listeners, aside from picking up Bobby Hart's new book, Psychedelic Bubblegum, which will be soon released on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, all the big boys, be sure to keep an eye out for it. You could also, right now, today, without waiting, you could order Larry Manetti's book, Aloha Magnum. And I don't know too many Magnum PI fans that don't have that book on their bookshelf. I know I certainly do. And most of the people that I talk to on the phone that call into the show, they all have a copy of the book. But if you don't have a copy, you still have a chance to order it at LarryManetti.com. Just go to LarryManetti.com and order the book directly from Larry. He will hand sign the book and ship it to you directly. You could probably even do some DNA testing and find out that actually it was Larry that manhandled your book there. But yeah, he will send it to you personally, so be sure to go to LarryManetti.com. Order your copy of Aloha Magnum. Pictures, recipes, great stories. I mean, you gotta have it. If you're a Magnum PI fan, you gotta have this book. Be sure to check it out. LarryManetti.com. And guys, we will be right back with recipes and so much more here on the PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. We'll be back right after this.
Need a great tractor to help with your chores? Get a Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor with financing as low as 0% APR for up to 5 years during our More Power to You sales event. 0 down, 0% APR financing for terms up to 60 months on select equipment now through June 30th, 2015. Not available for rental, national accounts, governmental customers, or with some customer instant rebate offers. Financing through Kubota Credit Corporation USA, subject to credit approval. Other exceptions may apply. For more information, call toll-free 1-888-465-8268. For more information or to find a participating dealer, visit Kubota.com.
Hi, here's your delivery from Staples.com.
Thanks, Staples guy. My office is starving. Got any snacks?
Staples has pretzels, granola bars, energy bars, trail mix, all at a low price.
Nuts?
Cashews, almonds, pistachios, pecans, walnuts.
Chips?
Potato chips, corn chips, whole grain chips, gluten-free chips.
Whoa, that's a lot of snacks.
We also have antacids. Tablet antacids, liquid antacids.
Make on budget happen, make break time happen. Staples, make more happen. Now at Staples, get a 42-ounce bag of M&M's milk chocolate or peanut candy for just $8.99.
Offer valid on SKU 689508 and 689504 and 523 while supplies last. See store staples.com for details.
I'm your pet. Woof. Meow. And now that it's getting warmer, I'll be getting out a lot more. Yep, where the fleas and ticks are. Good thing 1-800-PET-MEDS offers the same flea, tick, and heartworm medications as the vet, but for up to 50% less. 1-800-PET-MEDS also has fast free shipping and 100% satisfaction guarantee. So call or go to 1-800-PETMEDS.com today and protect me, your pet. Free shipping on orders over $49.
I'm Jay Farner with some great news on how you could save an average of $3,000 per year on your mortgage. Call Quicken Loans now at 800-QUICKEN to see if you qualify for the government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. The HARP guidelines have changed. There's less paperwork and often no appraisal required. Call 800-QUICKEN. That's 800-QUICKEN. Or visit QuickenLoans.com.
Important terms and conditions apply. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states and MLS number 3030.
Welcome back, everybody. The soothing sounds here bringing us back to the PM show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. And guys, I'm really glad to remind our listeners to be sure to listen to the replay of the show to catch Bobby Hart and catch his book Psychedelic Bubblegum. But of course, that's only half the show. We got so much more in store. Of course, recipes and celebrity birthdays, and of course, phone calls at 818-353-1276. And I know the show's winding down, Nancy, but I know that you spent some time in the kitchen this week to put together another delicious recipe here for the PM show with Larry and Nancy Manetti.
Well, I did, and this one's real easy, and I thought of Cinco de Mayo and all you guys out there, and I've got a really quick recipe for people that are just coming by for cocktails or just having appetizers or even, just to keep around while you're watching TV, and they're tortilla chips with pico de gallo. And a lot of people hear pico de gallo. It is not salsa. Salsa is different than pico de gallo. And pico de gallo sauce, I will give you the ingredients. There's tomatoes, scallions, fresh jalapeno peppers seeded and minced finely, a clove of garlic that you can just smash or finely mince, lime juice, and chopped fresh oregano, and salt and pepper. And all you do is put all of these things together and mix it up really well. And then what I like to do is to take my tortilla chips. You don't have to make them yourself, kids, but you can just buy them in a bag. But lay them out on a cookie sheet. Put them in the oven and heat them up at 375. It doesn't take very long, but believe me, it brings out the flavor of them. And then you have the pico de gallo sauce to put over them. And the twist on this is, if you want to make like a nacho, take your tortilla chips, put them on a platter, and take some ground meat and spice it up with some chili powder and garlic and whatever seasonings you think will taste good in it. And then put the pico de gallo sauce over that, and then whatever cheese that you want, whether it's queso fresco or whatever it is, put the whole thing into the oven and let the cheese melt, and then they're done. And there you've got homemade nachos.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
You know, and every time I go out to any kind of Mexican restaurant, I got to tell you, the young kids, they love that pico de gallo. My little
it's
ones?
Delicious.
Oh, yeah.
And what's nice is if you don't like it too spicy, when you cut up the jalapenos, take the seeds out. If you want, there's a red chili called a serrano. That is not as hot. You don't have to seed that.
Oh, yeah.
So if you've got kids, I would use the red serrano. And then for the adults, I would use the jalapeno.
No,
and if you want it really hot, don't take the seeds out of the jalapeno.
Oh.
That's
Oh,
where
boy.
all the heat is.
Then you know what you do after that. You yell, "Come on, ice cream!" Yeah, right.
Yeah, that'll help you through the night.
Anyway, God bless all our Mexican friends and Mexican-American friends and everybody that loves to entertain and have Mexican.
Yeah,
and also, I think last week I gave you a little tip on making tacos, that when you make them with ground beef or pork or whatever you want, or chicken or shrimp, take the hard shell tortilla, if that's how you eat them, instead of the soft one. With the hard shells, put your lettuce down first, and that'll absorb the grease or, you know, the oil or whatever from your fish or from your meat. And then you can do whatever else you want on top, the cheese, the tomato, guacamole, whatever. But if you put the lettuce down first, it saves you a whole mess.
Well, you know, Nance, I tried that, and I tell you what happened. The grease rolled down the lettuce onto my soaked pants.
Well, then I guess you better get them clean.
You know, so you failed to tell everybody they have to lean over a plate.
There you go.
Well, I know these people are smart enough out there to already know that, Larry.
Smarter than the average bear.
That's it.
Very cool, guys. And, of course, you didn't have to rush out for pen and pencil. We'll have all this stuff posted at the website, crntalk.com. Just click on the left-hand side where it says the Manettis, and it's right there at the ease of your fingertips. You know, this is the great era, Nancy, when you no longer have to rush out for the pen and pencil. I remember trying to write down recipes with my mom, and she'd be screaming across the house, "Give me a pen, give me a pen!" And I'd run around the house looking for a pen for my mom, and she's jotting down the recipes. We don't have to do that anymore with the, of course, with the Internet. It's all right there, so we have it for you.
Absolutely.
Well, guys, we're going to take a brief station break. And, of course, coming up is the final segment. And celebrity birthdays, of course, coming up. I'm sure we got quite a few interesting ones here. And just a reminder, guys, earlier this hour we talked to Bobby Hart, the legendary songwriter, half of the team, Boyce and Hart, who wrote a number of great hits throughout the 60s and 70s. And Bobby Hart has now penned a book called Psychedelic Bubblegum. And he talks about his life and times and kind of growing up in that era, and really being right in the thick and thin of it all. You know, the Vietnam War is kind of going on, and there's a lot of stuff going on in the streets and politics and music, and Bobby Hart was right there in the middle of it. So be sure to check out the book, Psychedelic Bubblegum. I don't think it's available yet on Amazon, but it's probably going to be released later this week. So be sure to take a look for it, Psychedelic Bubblegum. And we come back more right here on the PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. We'll be back.
And some fan mail, everybody.
Fan mail.
Let me take just a moment or two, if I may, and talk about a great place to eat. That's right, for you folks anywhere in the eastern San Fernando Valley, drop into Bob's Big Boys. That's right, in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. Now, everybody remembers the name Bob's. They're getting bigger and bigger every day, and little old Bob carrying the hamburger in his checkered overalls is the same Bob that you remember from back through the years. And, of course, if you want to go in for a great lunch, remember their classic burger, the original double-deck hamburger combination. Delicious 100% pure ground beef in 2 patties with American cheese, lettuce, and our famous Big Boy's special sauce. The name is Bob, and I think when you go in, you'll say, by golly, I'm sure glad that I found this restaurant because it's good for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They've got all kinds of things, and all you have to do is remember. Bob's Big Boy in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. It's a great place to eat.
Before you ask for a raise, Laura Fredericks, author of The Ask, says, make a list.
Write 3 things down. One is, why do you deserve the raise? Second, think about all the things your boss will possibly say. I kind of call this the parade of horribles. It's not within our cycle. You have to go to HR. I just write it all down. And then third, how are you going to distinguish yourself from all these possible responses or objections?
Then do research. Put yourself in a larger context.
There is plenty of search engines online that you can gauge where you live, the amount of years you've been in the industry, what your job title is, and your responsibilities. I believe that bosses of the world, once you give them some concrete evidence rather than I've been working so much, I put this project together, which can kind of get into the subjective area, but benchmarking yourself with industry standards is enormously helpful.
Tomorrow, what to say, whether you get a yes or a no. That's Primetime Focus, brought to you by AARP. I'm Aileen Ellis.
Have you ever considered adding a home security system but thought it would be too expensive? Here's the good news. There's never been a more affordable time to help protect your home, valuables, and your loved ones. You can now get a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, with the installation of a new ADT monitored system. Here's even better news. Your new system, worth $850, is free. You pay just a $99 installation charge and purchase monthly monitoring for less than $2 a day. Call Protect Your Home today at 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. Get the peace of mind that comes with owning an ADT monitored system, plus a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home. Call now, 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. 36-month monitoring contract required. General terms and conditions apply. Visit protectyourhome.com/terms.
You make me feel so young. You make me feel so spring has sprung. And every time I see you grin, I'm such a happy individual.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. And we're bringing it on back here for the final segment, of course. This is our final segment, but it doesn't mean it's over. Of course, you can always catch replays of our shows at the website, crntalk.com. All right there at your fingertips. The recipes are online, all the guest lineups. So be sure to check it out, crntalk.com, and click on the Manettis. And Nancy, this is it. And I know, of course, celebrity birthdays this week. I'm sure we got some amazing birthdays for some very talented and gracious people.
We do, but first, I didn't get to fan mail last week, so I'd like to.
Please.
Kathy Hopley said, "Hi, Larry. I heard you and Robert Conrad are good friends. Can you tell us any funny stories of the two of you?" I'm sure you don't have any, Larry.
Yeah, well, we don't have much time, but I'll tell you one quick one. When we were doing Baba Black Sheep, we had a football game, and we decided we were going to get Bob. And we rehearsed how we were going to do it. And on the field, which was our runway, and obviously because we were bombed all the time, we had these great big craters, and they were all full of water and mud. So what we did is collected a lot of palm fronds, and we covered the hole, and boom, the scene went off, and Conrad was in full gallop going down the field, and following us, obviously, and then we all did a V. He went straight and went right into the big mud puddle, and he was so furious. I ran on top of a great big water truck, took the top off, and jumped in it.
Oh, man.
You're nasty. You're nasty.
We were fun.
I got to tell you, Kathy, these two have a lot of stories to tell. In fact, maybe that should be his next book, Bob and Me. But,
yeah, that's possible.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to birthdays. Hey. Okay, here we go. Singer Frankie Valli's birthday. Surf guitarist Dick Dale. Remember him?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Dick Dale and the Deltones.
Yeah.
Actor Will Arnett. Newsman Brian Williams. Tom Bergeron's birthday from Dancing with the Stars. Happy birthday, Tom. Actress Roma Downey. And the man of the hour, George Clooney's birthday. Comedian Don Rickles, our friend, and we love him dearly. is going to be 89. God bless him. Tony Tennille, Melissa Gilbert, David Keith, Albert Finney, singer Enrique Iglesias, producer-director James L. Brooks, fabulous producer, singer Billy Joel, Rosario Dawson, and actress Grace Gummer from American Horror Story in the Newsroom. And many, many more. And if it's your birthday, we wish you the world. All the best to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Hey, happy birthday to you guys. Remember, of course, if it's your birthday, happy birthday. Be sure to celebrate. And if you're driving, don't drink. If you're drinking, don't drive. And be sure to catch us next week for another exciting episode of the PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. And don't forget to check out Bobby Hart's book, Psychedelic Bubblegum, at Amazon, Barnes & Noble. And, of course, Larry Manetti's book at LarryManetti.com. Guys, any parting words for our loving audience?
Twang your magic twanger, Froggy.
Hi, kids. Hi. Don't drink too much, people.
God bless America.
And be safe out there. No texting.
Hey, I heard that Bob's Big Boy's changing the sign. It's going to be Mike Horn on top of the sign.
CRN Digital Talk Radio prides itself on being the station of every situation. And you can listen to us on nearly any platform and device. Download to your iPhone, Android, and BlackBerry episodes of What's Cookin'. And take Master Sommelier Michael Jordan with you to the wine shop so he can help you pick out that perfect bottle of wine. Stream episodes of the Sonoma Wine Report through our CRN app, TuneIn Radio, Nobex, Stitcher, uTunes, or AHA Radio, and start planning that unforgettable weekend in the wine country. They're in your corner on iHeartRadio, iTunes, and many other apps. And of course, you can always listen live through your local cable TV provider, as well as on our website at crntalk.com. For more information on where to listen to these great shows, along with many others, log on to crntalk.com and create your own listening experience today.
The radio channels. The radio channels. CRN.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. The Senate has passed the GOP budget resolution by a vote of 51 to 48.
The GOP budget resolution achieves an important goal, according to Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell.
We offered a budget that is more than just balanced. It's also oriented toward growth.
Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid says the budget is balanced in name only.
You can keep talking about how balanced something is, and if it's unbalanced, it's still unbalanced.
Republicans say the budget balances in 10 years. Democrats say it uses budget gimmicks. Linda Kenyon, SRN News, Capitol Hill.
Also at SRNnews.com for the second time, former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee has decided to enter the presidential fray, joining the race for the 2016 presidential nomination. In a speech in his hometown of Hope, Arkansas, Huckabee says America has gone wrong.
We've lost our way morally. We witnessed the slaughter of over 55 million babies in the name of choice. And we are now threatening the foundation of religious liberty by criminalizing Christianity and demanding that we abandon biblical principles of natural marriage.
Meanwhile, former Hewlett-Packard CEO Carly Fiorina has also announced her decision to seek the presidency. She tells the Salem Radio Network she joins the race during a critical time in America.
People are aware that our nation faces a pivotal point. People are concerned, but people also understand that we can fix all of our problems and heal all of our wounds. We need leadership now.
Retired surgeon Dr. Ben Carson also joined the GOP race for president yesterday. The extremist group Islamic State is claiming responsibility for Sunday's shooting in suburban Dallas at a venue hosting a contest featuring images of Muhammad. The counterterrorism experts say ISIS has a history of asserting involvement in attacks in which it had no operational role. This is SRN News.
According to Forbes magazine, Saudi Arabia's Prince Al-Walid, with over $21 billion, is the 35th richest person in the world. Being a Saudi prince, you just naturally assume he inherited his money, which I'm sure is partly true. However, he made a lot of his money by investing in banking and financial services, hotels and hotel management companies, mass media, entertainment, retail, agriculture, petrochemicals, aviation technology, and real estate all over the world. He's making money off about anything people buy anywhere. You may not be a Saudi prince, but you can make money on about anything people buy almost anywhere by getting your free blue card. The blue card is a loyalty rewards card that not only gets you discounts on purchases, but up to 5% cash back on what you buy. If you refer someone to the blue card, you could earn money on what they buy. And if you refer the blue card to a business, you could earn on the purchases of anyone who uses the blue card in their store or almost anywhere. There's a billion reasons why you should call 800-685-7470 and get your free blue card. That's 800-685-7470.
Los Angeles City Attorney Mike Fire says the city is taking Wells Fargo Bank to court for opening new bank accounts without customers' permission and charging unauthorized fees.
We allege that in its push for growth, Wells Fargo often elevated its profits over the legal rights of its customers.
Small business owner Frank Ahn says despite his protests, his Wells Fargo branch kept adding new accounts without his permission and charging him fees.
A couple months later, I have 3 more accounts. There was a point in time where this kept going back and forth for 2-3 years. There was a point in time I had 10 accounts. I've had more than 10 accounts at Wells Fargo. I only need 1.
Wells Fargo has blamed the problems on a few rogue employees who have been disciplined or fired and said it would defend itself. The San Francisco-based bank says it is always focused on the best interests of its customers. This is SRN News. Volkswagen's CEO said the company is tackling its problems in the wake of a leadership struggle and promised progress on lowering costs and raising profitability.
Martin Winterkorn says Volkswagen's new assembly technology is being deployed on more models and will result in lower costs as well as more production flexibility. Winterkorn's report to shareholders at the company's annual meeting in Hanover, Germany comes in the wake of the resignation of board chairman Ferdinand Piëch. He stepped down after losing a power struggle with other board members over Winterkorn's fate. Piëch had criticized Winterkorn in a recent interview.
That's SRN's Jeremy House reporting. Dramatic video shot by a seaman aboard the Maltese freighter of a weekend rescue of African migrants aboard a flimsy boat near Libya shows tragedy and rescue can be moments apart. At least 5 people were crushed in the panic to escape the boat. Others fell into the sea and apparently drowned. More details at srnnews.com. I'm Keith Peters in Washington.
Experience a luxury boutique hotel escape in the heart of Laguna Beach, California. With the finest art gallery, shopping, dining, and nightlife just steps from your door. The heart of Laguna Beach, the edge of the sea. It's the Inn at Laguna Beach. Enjoy our comfortable rooms, blending the style of a timeless beach bungalow with the modern comforts of today. 70 newly appointed guest rooms and suites await you at the Inn at Laguna Beach. Then, relax at the rooftop bar, where you'll indulge in breathtaking views of the ocean. For dining, you'll find libations and local cuisine on the California coastline, including dining at the legendary Las Brisas, a Southern California landmark. The Inn at Laguna Beach, footsteps from room to village to sea, located in the heart of Laguna Beach. The Inn is within walking distance of all that Laguna Beach has to offer. No car required. The Inn at Laguna Beach, 211 North Coast Highway in Laguna Beach, California. Call 800-544-4479 or visit inatlagunabeach.com. Here on CRN, we'd like to keep you updated on what's happening in wine throughout the state of California. Napa, Sonoma. The Pacific Coast has great regions like the Central Coast area, Paso Robles, Santa Barbara, Temecula. Join our very own Larry Van Alst as he takes a look at what's cooking on wine, the Sonoma Report. It comes your way Wednesday evenings at 6 p.m. right here on CRN. Winemakers, superstars, wine growers, and more. With Larry Van Alst, what's cooking on wine, the Sonoma Report.
Maybe there'll be more Nazi stuff tonight. That's all new stuff. Are you aware of that? Huh? She's coming over. We're gonna have her. almost in my stomach want to walk away if it weren't for the luster of my guest. I might not do this show. I just am at the point now where it is so cliche. Who now has entered the broadening GOP race? That race is broadening. Hillary Clinton's popularity is shrinking. Okay, can I add anything new? Probably not. But John LeBoutelier can add a great deal new. I've admired him for many years. He was the youngest congressman when he was elected to the House of Representatives from New York State in 1980. And one thing I admire about him is he shares my distaste for cowardly predictions. I call them pablum predictions.
Excuse me, Mr. Farber.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Tomas, our studio producer.
Yes. I'm raising my hand.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Tomas is raising his hand and the chair recognizes him. I will get back to my split infinitives thereupon. Go ahead, Tomas.
Okay. I have a little surprise for you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Barry. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday, Barry Farber.
You know something now. How good. How good.
We're so sorry to interrupt, but we had, before you got to John LeBoutelier, and I know you're going to get to him and it's important, and you guys are going to talk all things Huckabee, but we had to wish you a happy birthday today.
Look, that was like a volcanic eruption of love. Now I know what it feels like to have your Air Force destroyed on the ground. Somebody once said, it was introduced to me at a speech not long ago, and he said, I'm not saying Farber is old, but if you look at that portrait of the Last Supper, who's third from the right? There's something in your voice that just it turns my tired blood into sparkling burgundy, and I want to thank you all.
Well, we sure love you. The whole CRN crew stayed here just so that we could sing because we had to make sure that we wished you the best, and you are our best buddy and a jewel and a gem, and we are so lucky to have you. And don't think that a day goes by that we don't just thank God that you're on our airwaves, Barry Farber. So happy birthday.
I'm flattened. I'm absolutely flattened. Let's see if I can reinflate myself to the point where I can
Well, stop stepping on your show now. You have a great program, and happy birthday again from all of us here at CRN.
If this is what it feels like to get stepped on, please don't just step on me, stomp on me here. Thank you very much, John LeBoutelier, standing by at parade rest, will join us when we reconvene after a very, very short commercial break. Tomas, thanks very much for that interruption.
You're welcome, sir.
It was not an interruption. That was an exaltation, and I really appreciate it. What a tune. What a family. I'm a very happy and lucky man. Thank you so much, and we'll be right back with Congressman John LeBoutelier, now co-star of Fox News' Political Insiders.
Need professional grade and industrial strength? Get a Kubota Z700 zero-turn mower now with financing as low as 0% APR for up to 4 years during Kubota's More Power to You sales event. 0 down, 0% APR financing for terms up to 48 months on select equipment now through June 30th, 2015. Not available for rental, national accounts, governmental customers, or with some customer instant rebate offers. Financing through Kubota Credit Corporation, USA, subject to credit approval. Other exceptions may apply. For more information, call toll-free 1-888-465-8268. For more information or to find a participating dealer, visit Kubota.com.
I'm Jay Farner with some great news on how you could save an average of $3,000 per year on your mortgage. Call Quicken Loans now at 800-QUICKEN.